Hello. Well, today I'm going to start putting on some washes, and I'm going to be using primarily two colors, black and some burnt umber. And I've got 3 bottles, and the third one is just going to be plain water, and I'm going to use that if I'm feeling that what I put on was too intense. I can water it down a little bit. So that's the plan there. Since it's just a wash, I don't want to put too much in. I'm just going to put in about half the bottle in there. I'm going to go test this to see how strong it is, and I'll just go ahead and do a little shot right here along the side. See if I made the dilute too strong. I'll let the drain a little out and add some more water to it. If you do something like this, make sure you got adequate drop cloths, or you're doing it in an area where you don't care if this stuff falls on the floor. It can make kind of a mess. So I'm actually thinking that could be a little bit stronger. It's always better to start off having it too diluted rather than too strong. So we'll go add some more. Just go ahead and put the entire contents of this bottle in here. I think that would give it the strength that I'm looking for. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more like it. Yeah. Build this up in layers. Okay. Go do the black. Then we'll get started in earnest here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. Darken that up a little bit. So, and keep in mind I'm going to be adding dirt onto this, so that'll kind of add to the overall tone. So I think that's what I'm going to go with right now. As you can see, it changes the color pretty quick. Like I say, if I find a spot that's just a little too intense, just a little shot of water. Whoops. That's kind of the tone and the effect that I'm looking for. And keep in mind, this looks pretty intense now, but it'll lighten up when it dries. It'll be a lot more muted, so to just keep that in mind if you think things are getting way too intense color-wise. So giving a fairly uniform covering of black, basically to darken up the gray some, and then splotches of brown to add a little variation here in the color. For now, I'm going to let all this dry and see how it looks, and maybe give it a second shot in spots. Let's see, but I think this is going to be all I'm going to do tonight. Let's go back to the first section here that I just did, and you can see that the colors are a lot more muted now, and because it's dried a little bit. But I'm just going to go ahead and let this all dry completely, and and see what I have. See what I think I need to do for another day. This part doesn't take too long to do, really. And again, as far as the dilution ratios, you just gotta play around with it. You know, I think I ended up putting a whole bottle of this paint inside here to get the right color brown, and probably did approximately the same with the black. So, though I didn't use a bottle like this, I just kind of had 2 mist bottles filled with the same amount of water, and just added black paint until the level of the black paint matched that. So it was roughly the same, but you just got to experiment and play around. And I'd say the best and safest thing to do is carve a block of foam, a piece of test foam, and paint it, and just shoot it with different dilutions and just see which one's right, you know, which one gives you the correct effect that you're looking for, the correct color. You know, one of the things I do quite a bit as a model railroader is I change my mind. Well, not totally. I had some misgivings about, slight misgivings about the color I chose, Mount Rainier Gray. Not so much the color, but the way it was mixed up. It seemed to have a slight blue tint to it, and I kind of thought, well, you know, once I get the black and the brown wash, it'll kind of get rid of that. Well, it didn't really do that well, at least not to my liking. Here you can see it a little bit more pronounced right in here. But I'm actually gonna fix that. And what I did was just mix up a dark gray. I took my black paint, mixed it some white, and what he did a little bit over here, you can probably see a slight difference in the color than you do over here, but I'll give this a shot so you can see. Better, less kind of dampen down that blue tint that was in the rocks before. It was just a little too blue for my taste, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a few shots here and there on the brown. Now I think I've got my rocks colored the way I want to. And this is a little bit less intense when it dries, but you kind of get the idea what to do. And kind of get the idea of what to do if you need to correct the coloration. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm just going to let this dry, and next time I'll start working on some castings.